Soy de un país que en la mañana huele a café, donde su gente sabe querer. Yo soy de un pueblo que madruga para tener.
欢迎大家添加深交的微信15011423855，15011423855加入越野 Talk 的微信群我们在那儿进行实时的交流和互动。大家好，欢迎收听本期越野 Talk 越野 Talk， 我是深交，
我是园子。
今天我们非常的开心，能够邀请到来自凯乐石的运动员，精英运动员华金洛佩兹，中文翻译是这样的，然后中国的网友们亲切的称他为金哥，这一个很有意思的一个小绰号。然后他刚在半个月之前的富士山100当中拿到了冠军，所以他的行程就安排在了中国。他现在其实是在中国，在甘肃，对不对？
对。
我们本来有机会跟他面对面一起聊天的，但是因为一些行程上的差异没有凑到一起，但是也凑到了一个会议室里面，也是一种缘分了。大家可能知道去年的 UTMB 当中他是第3名，所以而且也是厄瓜多尔，是拉丁美洲应该是第一个在国际这种大赛的舞台当中拿到了一个非常好成绩的运动员，也代表了那个地区的越野跑发展的一个水平。我们在这个会议室当中也非常感谢凯乐石能够跟我们连线牵线搭桥，然后跟他一起来录制这期节目，跟他聊一聊他的成长故事，还有在 UTMB 当中的表现，以及他过去几年的一些成长的历程吧。先请他跟我们打个招呼，然后介绍一下自己。
Okay, so my name is Joaquin. I was born in Ecuador, a country in South America. It's a small country, and we live surrounded by mountains in Quito, in the capital city of Ecuador. I was born there. This is at 2,800 meters above sea level, so high altitude. And I've been a passionate runner since early days, like since I was 13 years old. I've been running and doing a lot of sports. And yeah, like I think that living surrounded by volcanoes and mountains made me always have a curiosity for like exploring, you know, for going further away.
我刚才他也说他自己从13、14岁的时候就开始运动了。是怎么开始接触上的呢？是自然而然接触上的，是因为你所居住的地方周围山多呢，还是有什么人带你进入到了这个运动的场景当中
？So first I started doing a sport called adventure racing, which also has a mountain bike and kayak. So it's a multidisciplines. And I did that sport until I was like 20 years old when I did my first trail running race. And I from all the mountain bike, kayak, and running, I always liked more running. But in Ecuador, we didn't have trail running events. So it was the first trail running event when I was 20 years old that I tried it and I won it. It was a 50-kilometer race. So then I was like, okay, I think I have to specialize a little bit more in running. So since then on, I have been more I can say like a pro, not a pro athlete, but like just more focused into the running and investigating a lot about the sport and dreaming about going to UTMB one year.
我大概简单稍微介绍一下，刚刚其实那个就是金哥有介绍，他其实是生活在厄瓜多尔嘛，然后厄瓜多尔其实也是一个被山整体环绕的地方，就如果大家搜的话，肯定能知道其实是一个非常漂亮的地方。然后他们那边
生活的区域是2000多米，
对，所以其实他就是从那个时候开始，就是对于比如说山呢，或者他刚刚有提到什么就是 explore 探索之类的这种就户外运动就非常感兴趣。然后他说他那会儿13岁刚刚开始的时候，其实因为可能有这个山脉的这个资源，所以他一开始体验更多的是山地自行车跟卡亚克，应该皮划艇。对，然后他逐渐又从这种就是会有类似这样的 adventure 的比赛嘛，他会参与这些自行车跟就是皮划艇的赛事。然后后来他在20岁的时候开始尝试了越野跑，因为他说他是在20岁参加了第一场在厄瓜多尔的一个算是越野跑的一个比赛吧。因为他讲就是其实越野跑在厄瓜多尔并没有特别的盛行，因为他们并没有很多赛事，但是在那场比赛you mean is 50 or 15呢 50 kilometer
50
哦
yes.
50，所以他第一次，朋友们，他第一次跑了一个50公里，然后 you win the 50
Yes,
race。
that was my first running race.
哦，
A little long the race.
20岁第一次去尝试这个跑步的比赛嘛，也就是这个也就50公里，然后他就相当于就赢了。那赢完之后，可能他会觉得他在这个 trail running 这个方面还是有很多这个怎么说，就是有很多的天赋在，对，所以我觉得可能就是从那时候他就继续 keep going 了。
Yes.
对，他最开始参加的那种 adventure race， 就是类似于就小双之前参加的那种，就几个项目，包括山地自行车加上那个皮划艇，再加上越野跑，综合这种项目。这样的比赛形式在厄瓜多尔是非常流行的吗？
Yes, there's an adventure racing world championship, and there's a series around the world. And we were lucky that one of the series events is in Ecuador. So there's a lot of people doing this sport. So the championship has other, like maybe 30 races around the world.
So, but this is the only one events happening in Ecuador, or just one of the most famous one, or?
Yes, this is the most famous in the world, and it happens to be in Ecuador. So that developed the sport a lot.
Okay, so for the events, you join the mountain bike plus the kayak and plus trail running,
and also orienteering. You have to
定向。
You have a super talent in all the outdoor
yes.
activities, I think.
It was a team sport, so you always go with other people, like together. It's a 4 people team.
4 people team, OK。就他有刚才其实深交问的那个问题，金哥也有回答，就是他们在这个其实应该是算是一个世界锦标赛，类似这种。厄瓜多尔算其中的一站嘛，那说明这个比赛其实很有名的一场赛事。他说一定要4个人组队参加，因为里面他刚刚提到，除了山地自行车、皮划艇跟越野跑之外，还有定向越野，还有定向。
那你的家人是有从事这项运动吗？就是这种多项赛？
Yes, I mean, I come from my brother is also he likes sports, so he was a big influence in my life. He's 12 years older than me, so he's been like a second father. And he was the one that inspired me, because he like taught me how to ride a bike and took me to the mountains. So yeah, he has been influential.
He looks like your professional, like your own personal, how to say, coach.
Yes. Until I started winning him.
你觉得你哥哥也是一个很有天赋的运动员吗？或者天赋的运动者
？No. He likes the sports, but more in a recreational way.
他哥哥可能更多还是喜欢这种娱乐性的，就把体育或者运动当做一种娱乐，可能不会是想往职业这个方向去发展。
你大学的时候读的是跟体育相关的专业，对吗？
Yes. So in Ecuador, the trail running community was really small, and I always loved sports, and I loved to teach as much as I can for the development of the community. So that led me to study physical education and exercise science. So I can help in the development of this sport, because I really liked it and I wanted to give back everything that the sport gives to me. So I became a trail running coach, studying first in the United States and then in Barcelona, a master's degree.
那厄瓜多尔有什么这方面的大学的专业多吗？还是你必须要去或者先去美国，再去欧洲去这样的学习路径？
No, when I had this dream to study about being a coach, I was looking in Ecuador for like a career in that, and there was any. So I had to travel to the United States and then to Barcelona. Now I can say that this happened like 10 years ago. Now there's more opportunities.
Especially when you got the third podium for the UTMB, I think the history is changing now.
Yes,
could be a revolution.
Develop the sport a lot.
So do you think like maybe one day you're gonna go back to Ecuador to do this kind of community business?
We have actually. So we are like, after my first time I went to UTMB, I quitted my job because I was working in other things, in tourism.
Tourism.
Yes.
Wow. You're the tourism. You're the guide.
No, I was actually
marketing. Okay.
Marketing, selling cruise ships to the Galapagos Islands. There's a beautiful location, but I quitted my job and I started a running club, and that running club became bigger and bigger. It's called Ecuador Runs.
Ecuador Runs in Barcelona, right?
No, that's in Ecuador.
Oh, in Ecuador. Okay.
So we already have like 300 runners in that train every day with our guidance. It's not just me now. I have like 10 other coaches working in Ecuador.
Link to this question, before we do the outline for with you, we saw like you also trained with the CTS last year.
Yes.
Because it is only because of the UTMB, or you already training with them for like a long time, or you just want to like, learn some differences between CTS and Ecuador Runs, and you can have your own coaching, I don't know, like category.
Yeah, so I was always inspired by the CTS group. I follow a lot Jason Koop in all his podcasts, and I love about learning about the sport. And it was last year in January that I decided I wanted to change my kind of training. So I contacted CTS and I started training with Darcy Murphy, a really good coach from the CTS group. And I've learned so much. It's been, for me as an athlete, has been amazing. I have improved a lot. And also as a coach, I have learned a lot.
It's very interesting because I think Jason already know you are a coach, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, you are very good pro athlete. So when you mix these two identities, but at the same time, Jason also think like, yes, he can find another coach to you. So for me, I think when I saw that, I was saying, oh, this is two competitor, right?
So I think it's really nice because with my coach, we kind of collaborate. So she sends me what I have to do. And sometimes I can judge with a critical thinking, saying like, okay, maybe this is too much. Maybe this is okay. So we collaborate all the time. And I think that really works for me as an athlete.
深交有问那个金哥嘛，就是他的这个就是他的，因为他后来是因为非常确定自己以后要往就是越野跑的这个领域就是像深耕了，所以他其实我觉得他也是一个很爱学习的一个人，就他会去做
爱学习。
对，就是他想到说他一定要去读这个 master degree，所以他去了美国，然后后来又去了欧洲。其实他读的这些都是可能跟 coaching 或者是跟就是体育，我觉得应该是运动营养或者是跟康复，对，就肯定是跟这种运动健康相关的专业。然后最终他现在确定说他其实已经有在做了自己一个，我不知道怎么翻译，但他英文是叫 Ecuador Runs， 就大家在 ins 上可以搜到，是一个大概在起初建的时候就已经有一个300-400人的一个队了，然后他也会有一个自己的训练的教练体系嘛。他说其实他有大概10个教练在这个 Ecuador Runs， 但同时呢，因为我们在做这个提纲的时候也发现一个很有意思的现象，就是我们在 CTS 上面看到就是Joaquin 的教练 Murphy 写了一个就是他很详细的去年2024年对吧，他获得 UTMB 第3的一个类似这样的一个训练的数据报告。那我就有问他说，其实某种程度来讲你们算是竞争关系，2个人都在做训练，但是他说没有，就是很有意思，就是他会用一些其实他说他跟他教练之间的这种关系是一个相互之间合作的情况，就他会用一些批判型的这种思维去想，哎，他之前的训练方式，甚至于他给别人做的训练计划是不是合理的，然后同时又会把这种实践用到自己的训练计划上。所以他其实自己刚刚讲，就是在跟 Jason Koop 他这个 CTS 训练的这1年当中，他就是作为运动员的这个成绩表现是进步是非常明显的。
就是刚才我们聊了这一段，他介绍了他自己的这个经历这一段，就是衍生出来2个问题。第一个问题是 听他在想要成为真的从事这项运动相关的工作之前，有一段时间他是没在这个行业里的，是在做marketing 的工作，是吧？旅行相关的 marketing 的工作，是吧？那这个过程是为什么要有这个过渡呢？为什么不直接毕业之后就立刻投入到这个行业当中呢？或者是做教练，或者是做职业运动员？
I finished the university, but I started a group run, but this was not a business. Like it was like for fun. It was my complementary kind of like a job, side job. So I needed to live for something. So I had to work in something else until my group run started to get bigger. Got bigger. Then when I was able to say, okay, this I can quit my job and have a sustainable, like a kind of living from just running, I quit my other job because it would have been amazing to start like that. But
yeah, for sure.
Sustainable.
赚钱吗？那不是他那个那份工作很赚钱吗？就是那个他那个 tourism 那个工作很赚钱吗？
No, I hate tourism working. An office like every day, like from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I was doing that, and then in the afternoon I was going to the group runs that I was leading, so it was so tiring. It was too much, and yeah, I didn't have time to train myself as an athlete properly, so yeah, I hated it.
因为你一直在比赛嘛，就是在大学的期间，就从你20岁开始一直跑越野跑的比赛，应该也跑过美国和欧洲有很多比赛。那这个过程当中，你没有通过比赛获得一些奖金或者是赞助吗？就这个没办法覆盖你的生活成本吗？然后让你同时做跑团，同时做职业运动员，而不是做另外一份工作。
Yeah, actually, this year is the first year I can say that I'm a pro athlete. It's been really, really hard to actually get to this point. And maybe it's because I come from a small country like Ecuador, that we don't have the same opportunities as in Europe or in the United States. And yeah, like I was doing like really good results. Like, like I finished 6th in UTMB, then 2nd in TDS. And it wasn't until I finished 3rd this past year in UTMB that I really got like a support for living. So yeah, for me, the support that I've received from KAILAS, from Fuga, is really valuable because they believe in me. It doesn't matter from where I come from. Like for them, it's yeah, like they value me as a person and as an athlete, and that says a lot because a lot of brands they don't see that.
看来全世界的越野跑的运动员指着这个能够吃饭的还是很少数的。
但是像他刚才有讲，就是他会觉得因为自己来自一个比较小的城市嘛，其实也是因为确实是因为Joaquin 的去年的 UTMB 的就是第3的这个成绩，你会发现有铺天盖地的报道出来，会把他就是说成这是第一个拉丁美洲的这个运动员，对吧？站在这个 UTMB 越野跑领奖台上，并且还是 Top 3，所以其实我觉得确实是可能这样一份成绩对他来讲，我觉得改变了很多事情。
对，是的。你想，他很久之前就拿到了第1次参加 UTMB 就是第11，是吧？这样的成绩如果放在中国，或者是放在美国、欧洲或日本啊，他应该都能拿到比较不错的一个赞助，或者是真的成为一个职业运动员。但是在厄瓜多尔还是不行，直到他能够在 UTMB 当中拿到第3，他才能吸引到全球的这种赞助商的支持，他在全球才能有一个影响力，才能够跳出厄瓜多尔。我觉得这个，就给我们确实有点新的信息出来。对，好，
对，
那我们就接下来就聊一聊他 UTMB 这个部分。我知道当你跑第一个越野跑比赛的时候，就是50公里的时候，是不是就已经知道 UTMB 了？他说了吧？他应该就立刻就把 UTMB 当成自己的梦想。
Yes, that's when I heard about it because I started to get really interested by trail running, and I saw UTMB in YouTube, and I was like, wow, like one day I really want to go there.
So because of that, did you like immediately decide to participate in more events to catch the UTMB, or you make your like a competition strategy and the training strategy?
Yeah, so the first time actually I went to Chamonix, I went to TDS. It was in 2016. That was my first international race. It's 100. In that moment, TDS was 120.
100. So can I ask your age when you were 2016?
I think I was maybe 23, I think. Something like that.
Okay.
And for me, it was just going and completing the race. I didn't have any expectations. And it wasn't until I crossed the finish line that I figured that I finished 10th. But I didn't know. Like all the I didn't know. When I crossed the finish line, they told me like 10th place. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
When you know like you are 10, did you think like wow, it's very incredible for your talent or for your like a training strategy? What do you think for this figure?
No, I was like I didn't expected it. So for me, it was like, wow, like this, I really want to pursue this dream of one day racing UTMB in a competitive way. I said like I need to train better, even better, and come back the best I can to really be ready to the 100-mile race. I was just gonna say that it took me 3 years from 2016 to 2019 to feel ready. Like I really like the process. So I think like long term is better than short term.
So maybe can you give us like a summarize what happened in these 3 years from 2016 to 2019?
Yes. So actually, it was a friend of mine, a French guy, that I asked him because he is really experienced. What should I do to go to UTMB? And he told me, maybe you should do 3 races before that are Gran Canaria in Spain, Madeira is Mute, the Mute race in Portugal, and Eiger Ultra Trail in Switzerland. If you finish those 3 races, well, you're gonna be ready for UTMB.
Did you trust him?
Yes, I did that. Yes.
So you just follow what he gives you this kind of like suggestion,
Yes.
and you just finish one by one.
Yes, exactly. I did each year one, and then the 3rd year I went to UTMB after finishing those 3.
Wow. So, but you never think like maybe I don't need to finish this 3 race. I just preparing like you said the daily training, and then I think we can go. I can go.
No, the thing is that it made a lot of sense because he said like each race has a different kind of preparation, physically or in the mind, for your mind to be ready for UTMB. So like each one has a purpose. So for me, I truly believe him, like, and it really was like that. Like each race accomplished some purpose.
So he's a running coach?
No, actually, he's not a coach.
Psychological coach, I think.
He's he in that moment there was the Ultra Trail World Tour that is and he did all the races of the Ultra Trail World Tour. So he knew all the races around the world.
Wow.
He was a really strong runner. He's not running anymore. He's called Cyril Contra.
Okay.
France. So he had a lot of experience and he knew every race.
所以他说是他的朋友告诉
给了他这个建议，对，
要先完成3场比赛才去完成UTMB。那3场比赛分别是马德拉岛那个，还有艾格峰，另外一个是西班牙的一场比赛。
对，大加那利，就我们知道的第一场就是那个西班牙大加那利，然后就是葡萄牙的马德拉岛，然后紧接着就是瑞士的那个艾格峰。
对，那我不知道这个路径适不适合普通的爱好者呢，还是只适合你这种精英运动员？
I mean, now I think there's more races available, so maybe it's not that exact 3 races, but I do think that it's super important to do a big process. And for UTMB, there's 3 different things that are super important, like to do a good race. I think the first one is to be able to handle a lot of running, because even though UTMB has a lot of mountains, there's a lot of like inclinations that you have to run. that is super uncomfortable. So, for example, Trans Gran Canaria is a race with that same characteristics. Like you really have to run a lot of parts of the race. Then, Mute Madeira is a race with a lot of uphills and downhills and really technical terrain. So that really prepares you muscularly for handling the last part of UTMB, because the last part is big mountains in UTMB and steep. So that's the second purpose. And the third is just to get to experience the terrain and the food and everything you see in UTMB. And Eiger is really similar. Is similar conditions, like the weather is exactly the same. So you get to sense you like yourself running in the same conditions you will in the UTMB.
Wow. So now I see your friend is a super giant, I think. Yes. I think that's why when I saw the Matthew, he wrote the training like a diary with you. He mentioned like for 2024 UTMB, he pivoted to using cycling on your main source of training and incorporate more like a strength training and also the regular physical therapy sessions.
Actually, I use more cycling for recovery, just a cross training. So my training has changed a little bit with Darcy, where the running has more quality. Before I was running, but without so much purpose. Like now, every day that I run, I have like a more, you can say like a structured training. So it has really more purpose. And then as that is harder, I need some better recovery days. So there's days that I use the bike more just to add volume and recover.
我觉得他那个路径确实不仅是对精英运动员是很好的一个方式，我觉得对普通跑者确实也是一个，你想完成UTMB，你想跑得还不错，而不是熬下来、坚持下来的那种，想跑好它确实也很重要。它是不是就只涉及到几个点嘛？你想完成UTMB，你要适应那儿的天气，对吧？那个天气很重要。然后你还要适应它的高的技术难度，尤其是后半程，它的起伏很大、很陡，路线的技术难度很高，然后你还要跑起来，对吧？我觉得这个确实很有启发性，就不只是对他们这种精英运动员，对普通跑者也是很有启发性的。
就相当于就是他其实是把 UTMB 这个路线拆解了，会有怎么样的不同的路面，对吧？对不同的方面，就是他讲，其实他参加西班牙的大加那利，完全就是因为他一直要在山上，就像你说，长期在山上这种没有任何遮挡的这种奔跑，适不适合在这样的天气之下，以及非常陡峭的情况之下，你身体是不是舒适？那刚才他说，其实马德拉那个就是我们知道，我们看直播也知道，非常多上坡、下坡、急转弯，就是一个技术性很强的赛段，这个肯定会是应用于 UTMB 的后半段。那最后他说的艾格峰，可能我觉得有一大部分原因是因为他说一部分就是他也希望感觉就地形上来讲会有一些相似，以及可能就是我觉得在补给上面，我觉得他肯定也会去做一些这种 test。
就是几个很重要的方面，如果大家听到这儿也想去 UTMB 也想有针对性的练一练，可能这几方面还确实很有指导意义啊。
对，
然后我还想问金哥，你觉得 UTMB 和 TDS 这两个组别，你更喜欢哪一个？哪一个是你更擅长的
？I like more TDS because I like more. My strength is uphills. I really like long uphills, and TDS is more. You get more into the mountains. You really like have some really steep and very long uphills. So I love that race.
So it sounds like you were joining TDS again.
Hopefully I will again. The thing is that, it's not so competitive as UTMB. So UTMB has this aspect that makes it more fun because like all the big names and all the runners, and it's like a party you don't want to miss.
Yeah. It looks like another like a Super Bowl, trail running Super Bowl, I think.
So it's sometimes I will love that TDS will be the main event. That's difficult. So yeah, sometimes you have to go back to UTMB.
你说你喜欢长上坡，就是一直上坡一直上坡那种长上坡，怎么才能不累呢？就是长上坡怎么才能保持不累？
你
你不会感觉到自己的心肺或者是大腿肌肉会有很大压力吗？呃，当然我不知道这是一个普通跑者的问题。
I think that growing up in Ecuador was really good.
啊，
I grew up like walking a lot in the mountains, so it's like just part of my DNA.
life, yeah.
But I can say that, like, if I have to give some tips, the most important thing in an uphill is to be really consistent instead of like rushing at the beginning and then at the end being like tired. Really important just to have a steady pace throughout the entire climb. And even though like if the gradient is very steep, walk. Like, you don't have to run, because if you walk, you will almost move at the same velocity and you will remain a lot of energy.
So it's like after this kind of like a muscle, maybe if you have the fatigue during these long hills, did you also do like a strength or stress or just working?
No, I do complement all my training with strength work, because that will get your muscles better prepared.
大家听到了，金哥也说了，对，就是我觉得他说那个consistent 很重要，就是你在上坡是要持续保持这样的一个状态去上坡，不能就是突然之间，你懂吗？就这个我突然间他在说，他想说，哎，这不就在说我吗？我就是属于那种猛着一股劲儿先上到哪儿算哪儿，然后就开始走。但是他意思就是说，你一定要保持一个就是那种起码是一个匀速的一个状态。对的，就是你要么走就一直走，你要么跑嘛就颠着一路跑，但是千万不能这种一下子猛干，这种肯定会坚持不住。当然，我刚问他这个有没有就是练完这些上坡之后，他会不会去做拉伸以及这种康复？他说当然了，他这是很重要的啊。
对，然后再有一个就是还是天赋了，因为在厄瓜多尔出生都是山，平常总爬山，所以就不觉得有什么压力。
爬火山、爬山像走路一样，应该是走平地一样。
是的。
是不是可以问问他那个补给了？
比赛风格问一下呗。
对，比赛风格，对，
那你是那种风格是很激进的运动员呢，还是一个就比较随心所欲，在比赛当中来看心情跑得快跑得慢，还是那种你需要很详细的规划每一个部分具体该跑多快，跑什么样的一个输出的这种类型呢
？100% like that. I study a lot of the race, how is gonna be the profile, how is gonna be the weather. Like, I try to be really concentrated in everything that is in my control to have it super dialed. Like the 8 stations, the crew, the stations when I can have a crew, like planning what exactly I have to do, like everything planning. And then I think that when I race, I tend to be more conservative. I like to always maintain a steady and consistent pace during the entire race than risking too much. I don't like to be... normally in races, I am not in the front. Like, I normally come from the back and start climbing up.
So you said like you don't like risking too much. So which means like you don't want to like just changing some like some of the station crew, maybe just immediately or just before the race one night. It's like you already planned all the things, maybe I don't know 1 week ago or 1 month ago.
Exactly.
You really like need to control the
everything super controlled. Like probably 1 week before the race, I already have like all my food done. I have like everything, like everything super structured.
But did you think maybe this is more stress to pass to your crew? Like your nutrition. I know Maria is also your big support for your nutrition part.
She's a huge support. Like, sometimes we don't give enough value to the team that is behind us as runners, and just Maria as my crew, but also my nutritionist, my psychologist, my physiotherapist. Like, there's a lot of people that are behind, and I try to work with them beforehand the race. so I can have everything that I can control, like super dialed. So for them is a lot of stress prior to the race, like because they have a lot of work to do and like everything has to be ready. And then for me is a lot of stress during the race.
I just very curiosity, like did you like after the race maybe like you all the team members sitting together to like not to recap, not to review, but to just sharing like what do you feel and what is the stress and like do you have this moment?
So the funny thing is that my coach is from the United States, my psychologist is from Spain, my nutritionist is from Ecuador, so
Oh my.
different places, but we have a chat together. So it's nice to have all the team together. So of course, like after the race, we at least virtually we celebrate.
Yeah. Just to celebrate.
Yes. No, we do have like debrief meetings after the race. Talk what I did correct, what I did bad, and just keep learning.
Or think or maybe I think they have like a small chat, small window, just communicate like I have more stress and how about you? Yes, this kind of the conversation we're not involving, I think.
maybe.
这个时候我不知道可不可以请他老婆来说两句，或者是分享一下给他做补给的这个工作感受。
She's actually
as a crew member, I think.
She went to have breakfast, so she's not right now here. Like,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
But yeah, I can say that it's very stressful, very stressful. Like when she's in the races, she is also so nervous because at the end, my race depends, of course, in her. Because if she doesn't get to a point or something, like I cannot have my food. So yeah, it's a lot of stress and a lot of work. She really works really hard.
That's why I think I saw two very emotional photos. One is for Mountain Fuji, you just finished, and the other one is last year for UTMB. So when you cross the finish line, Marie always like you guys always hugging a long time. I think is some murmuring between you guys, and also I think it's crying because it looks like you can have a deep race now.
Yeah, not easy. Sometimes, like, yeah, what you see on camera on the day is just one small part, but it's so much like every single day. Like it's a big process, right? So there's a lot of days that I am super tired and I am not able. Like I don't want to go to train, and she's pushing me and giving me the confidence to go out, or sacrificing. I don't know, like a weekend instead of doing something like, I don't know, going to the beach and having a relaxed time together. We go to the mountain, but I have to train more, So at the end, yeah, I'm really thankful. And maybe sometimes when I cross the finish line, it's like a way of showing, like all that gratitude.
Wow. Very emotional, I think. If Maria is here, probably she will crying or just memory back,
也不一定，有可能是一大堆吐槽，
对，也可能就是笑。那我觉得他不会，还是要维护金哥的形象，肯定要的。So the next question is also linked to your like fueling strategy. So when you like you say you plan all the like training for the race strategy maybe 1 week before the race. So how and when you start to begin to adapt this kind of like a fueling strategy?
Yes,
because yes, why I ask this question. In China now we have so many like a younger like very new fresh trail runner just join into this crazy sports. So normally they don't know how to do like a fueling strategy. They just eating this kind of like energy bar or something only during the race. I think some of them never tasted it before, even they don't know that.
Yes. No, it's a really important question because the sport is evolving a lot. Nutrition is a big part. The majority of people DNFs of races because of problems in the stomach. So it's something like you really have to train as well. Like as you train to go to run, you have to train your stomach as well to handle the food while you're pushing. Not easy because your body is like already feeling a lot of stress and putting a lot of energy. Sometimes it gives you a lot of distress in the stomach. So I do train my gut. When I have several training runs, I try to simulate the food that I will use in the race. So I take the same energy gels, I take the same quantity, so that I'm gonna use in the race. I also train, for example, the breakfast I'm gonna have before the race, and I start to pick up things that work better, that not work, and that way, when I get to the race, I know that what I'm gonna do is what I have already tried, and it's perfect.
So that's why I think because in the mountain Fuji, one of our friend, she told us like she didn't know why, but after 10 hours, she started to like vomiting, like throwing up a lot. I don't know, maybe this is because of the stomach like issue, or I don't know.
So what happened in Mount Fuji is that it was my first race that was so runnable. So my UTMB is a lot more mountains.
Yeah.
And that's why I went to Mount Fuji, because I wanted to change a little bit the structure of the race to improve, because my weakness is the runnable parts. So what happened is that I planned my nutrition as if I would run UTMB, and there's a lot of difference of running because your body and your stomach moves more, more pounding, and there was certain foods that were not so easy to digest. So I had a like, when you eat and you have like everything like here stuck.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And running every time that because when I was going up, it was okay. But as soon as I started running again, like I felt horrible, like a lot of nausea. So actually in kilometer 122, for the first time, I vomited a lot. I never vomit. I vomited a lot in the aid station. But actually that made me feel better. I had to improvise a little bit, like change some, I wasn't taking so much high carbs. I was taking a little bit less foods, but at the end I kept eating, and that kept my energy levels okay to finish.
Wow. 我不知道徐帆听到这儿，徐帆如果听到这儿会发现，对，金哥也吐了，Joaquin 也吐了在 Mountain Fuji 这个比赛。不过他像他刚刚说，因为他自己是非常喜欢跟擅长这种技术性难度的这种比赛嘛，这种长的上坡下坡，对。但是他说了，就是富士山是一个非常。他说他就是怎么样好跑的赛事，对吧？他说 roundable 就是 roundable 肯定就是对他而言可跑性很强，但是又没有那么多技术性难度，就等于你属于一直要在不停的可能在保持一定的海拔或者一定的路况上去跑。所以他说，其实这一次他之所以来富士山，也是想去就是改变一下自己的这个比赛的参赛策略。所以其实就是他也去试了一下这种可跑性比较好的赛道，结果就发生了一些这个胃的这个不舒适。就比如说他刚刚有讲过，他那个几乎那个呕吐感可能都已经到了这个脖子以下了，是吧？
嗓眼了，
对，嗓眼。对，然后他其实也吐了，大概在刚应该说是122公里吧
，122，对，
对，他这也是他第一次就是在跑步过程中就是吐这么多，但是之后他就马上就是做了一些调整
了一下。
对，他说他有在那个补给站去吃了一些就是高碳水的这种碳水化合物，去调节一下这种胃，所以就是才一定要保证一定的就是能量的摄取嘛，对吧？
对，这个也是挺有意思的。他以前那些比赛他需要有跑的时候，然后大上坡的时候可能是走的一个状态，所以他是可以有一些比较平稳的让胃去做消化这个机会。但是像富士山这种，你必须始终跑吧，你胃就会颠簸那就颠簸吐了。我觉得有可能是这个也挺有意思的。那他喜欢 UTMB 不就是富士山这种风格可跑性很强的比赛吗？
Maybe say that I like is an understatement.
So as a pro athlete, like, or maybe as elite trail runners, so you think you should also not only just only run the technical race, you also like can run the roundable race. So which means you want to be like a well-rounded athlete?
Yes, exactly. To be more complete, because I can see that in the races that I've been doing, in all the uphills, I was gaining a lot of time, but I was losing all the time in the flats. Parts. So for me, I was like, okay, if I want to go back to UTMB one day and try to win it, I know that I have to improve in that. That is my weakness. And how you motivate yourself to make your weakness is with a race. So like I said, like, okay, I'm gonna search for a race that really motivates me because of the location and everything, but that is more similar to what it will be a race that that will be a better like a challenge for me. That's why I chose Mount Fuji, because it's super runnable.
Super runnable. So how about marathon?
Oh no, that will be, I don't know. Now that I think that I am better, maybe I'm considering. As part of the training for Mount Fuji, my coach told me it will be nice that I do a half marathon. So I did the half marathon in Barcelona, and in roads, and it was okay. It's so different, but yeah, but that helped me, my mind also get better, having more confidence in myself.
西部100会是你的目标吗？
I think like for all ultra runners, it's a dream to do certain races because they tell the story about our sport. One is UTMB, but Western States is also part of that story. So yeah, for sure, like it's not easy to get in because you need to qualify, or it's a lottery. But yeah, every year I put my name in the lottery, and I think in the future, for sure, I will go. Like, there's no way I can retire before I do Western States.
So, but did you already make the estimate the time or year when you want to try Western States?
So I think that first I have other races that are more like in my bucket list. For example, if I think about the United States, Hard Rock is more for me.
Yeah.
Like that will be like my dream race. And maybe also in the, Grand Ride, the Diagonal de Fus, that's also a race that I've always dreamt about. So maybe I would like to try to focus more on the more mountainous races. But I don't know, like if, for example, one day I get chosen in the lottery for Western States, I will go. Like there's no reason not to do it.
So when you finish the Western State, I think the next step you're gonna see, like, I can retire, just be a coach.
Years to run.
So the next part I think is we're gonna move back to the Ecuador, like your hometown, your city. So could you please share with us, like you said, like before, like 10 years ago, Ecuador is like no trail running community. Even the sports is not exist, I will say. Not, but now I think after 10 years, I think it's booming, or something is changing.
Yes, I see actually a lot of similarities in South America and in Asia, because there's a lot of new people coming to the sport and discovering it, and there's a lot of talent, a lot of really good runners. The thing is that they still need to learn about more of the sport. What you said about the nutrition, about but if there will be more opportunities for them, like more, like more sponsorship and more, like just open doors for them to go to Europe and to go to big races, there will be a lot of champions. Same as in China. I'm sure that now that I'm here and I've met a lot of Chinese runners, I can see that there's a lot of talent. I'm sure that in the future, there will be more Chinese and Latin American champions in the
champions.
For example, there's already a UTMB race in Ecuador called Quito Trail. It has already 3,000 runners. So that's nice, like to see that the sport is growing so much.
So are you planning to sign some talent in your group?
Yes. there's gonna be a lot of young athletes. Very good.
你能估计一下，厄瓜多尔有多少跑越野赛的人吗？就是我们就是在中国，我们会根据 ITRA 的那个数据统计，我们大概知道参加过越野跑比赛的人可能有20-30万，没有想象的那么多。那厄瓜多尔呢？你觉得有多少人在跑越野跑比赛？
I think in Nitra, it's a small country, huh? For the size of the country, a lot, but I think it was like 7,000.
7,000.
7,000.
Yes, 7,000.
Yes.
You think right now, right?
Yes, because I remember I looked in Nitra like some months ago to see how many. Yeah, exactly that. I had that same question, like how many runners are registered, and it was about 7,000.
But maybe some of the runner they are not registered ITRA yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I will say probably 10,000.
Yes, it might be like that. Yeah, but it says
也不少吧？对，你觉得厄瓜多尔的越野跑的社区的发展，或者是越来越多的人去越野跑，跟你有关系吗？
Well, in Ecuador, yes, I can say that when I go to Ecuador, there's a lot of people that follow my footsteps, and that's really when I race. When I go to races and I'm in a bad situation, like I'm not feeling well, like that's what I think always. Like, okay, like I really need to push myself up because, like, I don't race just for myself. I race for the entire development of the trail running community in the country, and that really gives me a lot of energy because I can see that when I achieve good results, a lot of new athletes are coming to the sport, and also more attention comes to Latin America and to Ecuador, and hopefully that will bring more support.
So this is the initiative for you, right? To developing the Ecuador trail running community.
Yes. Like for me, that's like the main passion and why like I race, because at the end, the results that I achieve, I'm gonna forget, like that's nothing, but the impact I can do, like that's gonna remain forever, and that's more, like at the end of the day, that's more like that's more fulfilling for me.
You already put more on your shoulder.
对，还有一个，因为之前有就是你在 UTMB 当中拿到第3名的时候，大家都说你是拉丁美洲第一个运动员能够取得这么好的成绩。那你更愿意？你觉得你自己是更代表厄瓜多尔呢，还是更代表拉丁美洲？
No, my result was the
represent
best of Latin America, because I think the entire region needs support. So such as Ecuador is Peru, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, all the different countries. We lack that same kind of opportunities and development. So like I think that now I can see that a lot of people, not only from Ecuador, but also from different countries in Latin America, they also get very inspired, and they also want to, go to UTMB, and
对，我问这个问题，其实就想跟你讨论这个话题，就是你除了在厄瓜多尔做着这些跟越野跑相关的事情，你的未来肯定是不是更想去拉丁美洲其他的地方去同样去做类似的事情？
Yes, actually, it's part of the plan. Like right now, Ecuadorians is just focused in Ecuador, but we get a lot of people writing us from different locations in South America, also looking for good training, because we lack a lot of coaches in coaches specializing in trail running in Latin America. So hopefully we can have more in the future, more coaches in all the region.
Well, I want to know is like you just finished your trip from Japan. Is your first time to run in Japan? And then I think you have like the sharing in Hong Kong. And your first day you landed in Hong Kong, and then you in Gansu. And so what do you think, how did you like distinctive the feature for the local trail community compare with China, Japanese, and also with the Ecuador like trail running communities?
Yes, it's a good question. So, well, I think that comparing to Ecuador, the community and the vibe, it's more similar to here, to Shenzhen, because I was also in Shenzhen. It's more similar to Shenzhen, Gansuo, maybe Hong Kong, because we are more kind of passionate and like, like more loud. In Japan, everyone is like really structured and super respectful. Like it's other kind of vibe, it's still like you feel the same values. That's amazing, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's like speaking the same language when you run in the mountains. Like you can see the same smiles, you can see everyone having a lot of fun. But in Japan, everyone is more discreet. Like like it's a different kind of vibe, which is also really nice. Like for me, running in Mount Fuji was like super spiritual, because comparing to UTMB, that there's a lot of noise, have a lot of silence, and it was very nice. Like it was different, but it felt like spiritual, like really like being in the wilderness by yourself, and like having so much time like to see the nature, like and to hear the birds and everything was beautiful. So it's a different kind of situation, but that I really enjoyed. But yeah, the community and the kind of enjoyment of the sport in Ecuador is very similar to the one in China. Yeah, when they cross the finish line, they celebrate, and the family there, there. Yeah.
So how did you start the sponsorship like with KAILAS to make this decision occur?
So I've already been with KAILAS for more years. Like the first time when I moved to Barcelona, to Spain 4 years ago, they contacted me because they wanted to establish the brand more in Europe. And I started trying their products, and I love them. Like for me, it was the best shoe. Like I was actually nervous, because I was using other brands for many years, and so when they sent me the shoes, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna work. And actually, I like them a lot. So after that, like I started using all the products, and it's been amazing, really working with them, because what I said before, like they really value you as a person, and also as an athlete. So it's not like they just care about the results; they really care about your well-being. That for me is amazing. And also, just I really think that they invest a lot of time in the innovation of the gear. So they really listen to you. Like like right now that I've been in the headquarters, I had meetings with all the development groups of the shoes, of the vests, of everything, and I can give feedback, and they listen. And that, as an athlete, is very valuable, because you know that you're racing with the gear that's gonna work well. It's impossible to perform well if you're not comfortable. So that for me has been really nice.
You also can be a part of the project manager for KAILAS, I think.
In the future, that's what I said. Like the future, I'm gonna come to live, do an internship, because I love the culture and the working spirit in the headquarters.
Yes, but which means you're gonna start to working from 9 to 6 in the office.
From running.
OK，
开一个金哥支线，对吧？覆盖金哥支线。
Thank you. Thank you for your time, and this is our very big honor to have you in this series, in this episode, and also I think you give us a very impression for your conversation, your thinking, and what you did for the trail running in Ecuador. And thank you so much, and be our guest.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
It has been very nice to share the culture here in your country. I've had a lot of fun meeting a lot of people, and yeah, it's been just amazing.
Yes,
I'm gonna come back for sure. Like I'm already, the Four Sisters race. That's high altitude, so I think that's
Yes.
a good race for me. So yeah, I already starting to think when I'm gonna come back to race, but
maybe in the autumn already this year.
No,
Big welcome.
Yes, thank you. No, but sure I will come back.
Thank you, and we give your time to enjoy the Gansu, and please say hello and thank you to Marie.
I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
那我们今天就到这里，再见。
拜拜。
Bye bye.
Ay, mi Ecuador, ay, mi Ecuador. Ay, ay, ay. Es que yo soy de un país de gente guerrera, chiquito pero no se deja. En alegría